Okay, test. Okay, we'll put that one down. Come on, cursor, follow me. Hello and welcome. Okay, and we cut over. Hello everyone, welcome. Let's get some lights on this show and let's just turn those on. And 3, 2, 1. Press the button. That's better. That's a bit more like it. Welcome to Data+Train. This is Neil Hambly, your host. And for stream number 27 in August. So we've been live every day in August so far. Couple of successful ones, a few that kind of didn't quite hit the mark. Hopefully today is going to be one of the better ones. So stay tuned. We will be discussing the DA100 certification. We'll be looking at some of the other certifications that recently have come out from Microsoft. Those are the fundamentals, the DP900, the AI900, and one I'm taking tomorrow, which is going to be the DP300. That's the Azure SQL one. So I'm looking forward to sitting that one as well. So I did two last week, the DP900 and the AI900, the two fundamentals. And just to let you know, we will be doing a free delivery of those two one-day fundamentals in both October and November. So the data fundamentals will be the first one, sometime in October. Dates to be specifically defined. I need to check all my other dates to make sure I find one that I'm currently free on. And it'll probably be a Thursday or Friday, depends on what I have available. And we will be, doing a free delivery for that. So I'll let you more details of how to sign up for that. Limited 50 students, and we'll be able to kind of just take you through what would be kind of, in that exam, what you need to learn, what resources you have available to you as well to kind of take some self-study along the way to get you prepped and ready. And then we'll do the same for the AI 900, the AI fundamentals. I did that one last week for, what day is it now? Actually, Thursday. So, no, it would have been this week, Tuesday. Seems to go so quick. And we had 50 odd students on that one. So that was a great first delivery of that one for us. I'm looking forward to doing more for those. So stay tuned for all of that as well. Again, more details will follow as soon as I have a date. I can lock into the diary, give you instructions on how to sign up for it. And it will be through our website that we're having a developer just finish off in the next couple of weeks. And we'll kind of launch that once it's all ready. And you'll be able to kind of go in and log in and sign up for those programs. But the DA100, what we've been focused on for this week, let me kind of just go and grab a full screen version of what we want to look at. So let me go firstly grab it over, then push over and put that into, and a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you've not done already. I think we're a little bit over 700 and something odd subscribers now. We're getting closer to that 1,000 mark, which will make us eligible once we get enough watch hours to join the YouTube partner program, which means we can start providing a bit more functionality, a bit more features available to you, some stuff that we can't do until we're in the program. So we're trying to get there as fast as we can, and with your help, we'll be able to do that. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this here. I'm just going to also bring my photograph, my little camera over into the top right, so you can kind of see me. If you do have questions, put them in there, and I'm just going to quickly show you that I can kind of just send those over to the queue and make those visible as well for a few seconds. So have a question, throw those into the window for us, and we can definitely kind of chat about that. I look forward to seeing a few of those come in today. And just say hi if you want to say hi, that's great as well. If you're watching this as a recording, put your questions into the comments for the video, and I'll get round to answering those as well at some point. So what do we have in front of us? We have our mind map for the DA100. So this is going to be an evolving mind map. Let me kind of just scroll in a little bit. We get the cursor to come over and grab my little hand tool to pan that information over. And also, let me just make it, wrong one. I always click the wrong thing. There we go. Take that off on there and click on to this one here and zoom to content. There we go. Okay. So should be a bit bigger than that. Zoom to content. Okay, not zooming very well at the moment. Let me just give it a bit more increase then. There we go. This is the one thing I find a little bit awkward about this tool is kind of the selections is like 50%, 100%, and you kind of to size is not perfect, but we're going to be adding more content to this as I evolve all the different videos. I've been in the mix of doing some of those this week. It's been quite busy. I've had a delivery of a training course I said on Tuesday. I have an exam tomorrow. I've been talking to a few of my clients. I've got a new client potentially we're onboarding, so I've needed to be on a couple of meetings today around that as well. So all busy, and the weather's been particularly kind of bad today with very heavy rain, etc. So I've had to run out and do a few chores related to that, with the balcony getting a bit drenched. So we're going to be doing some more video content in the next few days and into next week, and I will start getting those videos up and finished and getting them in there. There's some more work to do. I want to get them a little bit better, a little bit more finished and finalized, and then kind of polished to have them out there for you to really kind of get a good learning experience from that. But if you do get to watch some of those in the next few weeks, etc., and you like what the content, make sure you give us a thumbs up in the video itself, and tell your friends and share that content. That'd be awesome. Right, let's go look at what we are covering today in our little session. So I'm going to jump into the optimizer model. Now, we looked at this a little bit before. Let me just come take the hand off, and we had to click the link. So we're going into the Microsoft Learn space. This is the Microsoft Learn, kind of the main place where it has all its learning content for the different courses that Microsoft provide, as well as a ton of different modules and learning paths. And I'm going to go and pick the roles. Data Analyst, which is obviously related to the Power BI, and just kind of showcase this is where you can kind of really start your certification track. And looking down, you'll see we have different learning paths and different modules. So you kind of look at the top, it says module or learning path. Now, looking down in the learning paths that we have at the bottom here, the one that we've looked at model data, we've looked at visualized data a little bit. We're going to look at data analysis in Power BI a little bit today. Just to start the journey, we will have a ton of videos on this as well, but as we're getting towards the end of our live streams in August, I wanted to touch on this one a little bit. So this is obviously part of our Microsoft Certified Data Analyst Associate Certification. And in here, we've got Perform Analytics. So what are we trying to do here? Well, we've got our reports. We started from scratch. We went and got data. We brought data in. We prepared that data. Then we modeled the data and got it kind of with the right relationships and all of the kind of details we needed to kind of have that modeling work for us. We then created our visualization. So we kind of created those canvases, those reports, different reports, and made that all interactive and how it all worked together. And then we're going to upload those reports into the Power BI service. And once it's in the Power BI service, we can do additional things like perform time series analysis. We can look at additional advanced analytics features, such as quick insights or the AI insights, which is a really cool kind of a AI-backed capability to look at your data and perform AI on it and kind of give you some insights based on that information. And then we have the analyze feature. So we're going to jump in a little bit and see what we have here. You notice that there's a couple of different modules. So there's one for perform analytics. There is work with AI visuals as well. So we'll cover this one tomorrow, but we're going to look at the perform analytics today. So we're going to drop down this one. And let's kind of just have a quick look at what we're trying to do in here. So one of the key reasons why Power BI is very powerful and very kind of in demand right now, and everyone's kind of trying to leverage it in their businesses and understand their data better, is, we've got this kind of capabilities in machine learning and AI technologies and big data analytics to do predictive capabilities to analyze the data to find those trends and patterns that we don't probably have access to easily right now. I'm just going to make that a little bit better on the audio there. It was clipping a little bit for a second. So we're going to kind of want to perform some analytics on the data. So let's kind of have a look at what we'll kind of look at here. So that going down, we can see that the advanced analytics capabilities are explore statistical summaries, identify those outliers, group and bin data. So kind of find data and make it into groupings and look at clustering techniques we can apply to it. Of course, time series analysis is always one that kind of really comes up to be very common, very kind of required. And we've got some AI insights and quick insights as well that we can kind of leverage. So we can kind of right click on the reports once they're loaded and just click these insight buttons essentially, and it goes off and performs some insights for us. So let's have a look at what's in there. Let's go click next for a second. So I'm not going to go through everything, but I want to kind of give you an idea. So statistical functions, obviously we have the ability with data to kind of do the statistics on that. So we do average, means, mediums, max, kind of counts, you name it. There's a whole bunch of statistical analysis that we can apply to that data. And here's some examples of that. So we're creating an average here. So give me the average quantity of sales for that. We obviously can do different ways of displaying that information through either histograms or charts. So we have the ability to kind of showcase that information. And you may notice, I probably don't have it on the back screen here, that I often sometimes have on the back. And I'll just kind of put that up there for a second. Let's go F11 and put it back up. I've got some charts in the back which are kind of not really easily visible because it's kind of dimmed because of the camera. Kind of it does focus on me and not the background. But there's some graphs there. There's some histograms that are running, and that's telling me how active kind of my videos are in, for example, YouTube. So going down, we've got more information, and this is where we can do, like, for example, binning of our data. We can work out, what's the different bins or buckets we want to put stuff into, how many groupings we want. We can kind of maybe see what's the kind of dominant kind of size of orders. Is it between 1 and 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15? Kind of what are they? And they don't even have to be individually kind of the same size. They can be different, but we want to kind of put those into these different bins and then work out what is the numbers there. We can do things like top N analysis. So, find me the top selling records, find me the 5 top selling kind of accounts, give me the bottom top N accounts, give me the top sellers in terms of salespeople, whatever that might be, the top N or bottom. We have the ability to kind of do that. And then one of my favorite features inside of Power BI is the Q&A capability. Give it a question. So I can just phrase a question, start typing a question, and because it understands the model that exists below it, because we've done that modeling piece right, we can then start kind of getting suggestions about what kind of things. So how many, what's the highest, count in that category, and it can go and do kind of, oh, that's a max, and it's going off and kind of doing. But we can kind of say the question in our terms, in natural language, and get an answer back, and also a visual that goes along with that. And maybe we can kind of use that as the basis, or just as it is. But we may want to do some formatting or change the look at it. And we can have that pinned to a dashboard or into a report here. So here's an example, top 10 product by sales in cluster column. We can actually explain to it what we want that to look like as well. We can do filters. We have a whole bunch of kind of DAX expressions that we can apply there. So here we're saying, give me the sum of the top N 10, i.e. this is the top 10 values of the product name based on the sales field. And that's the DAX, and then basically kind of does that. You can see that we're kind of getting a breakdown of what those are, then broken down by maybe the country or other categories that we want to apply there. So there's lots of examples that we can kind of go through, and these Microsoft Learn modules give us a way of kind of stepping through those. Now, that's great if you want to do self-learn and you've got a few months to kind of learn it over and you're starting your journey. Some people want to get a little bit quicker to the end goal and be able to take that certification and get kind of to the end goal. So we have a delivery of the DA100 4-day instructor-led course that I will be teaching in October. The dates is the 19th to the 22nd, and we're making it extremely cost effective. So you've probably heard this before if you've been on one of these sessions, it's about £2,400 odd for one of the main providers for the normal cost. My organization, Beacon Intelligence, which is a Microsoft training partner, and we're Gold Analytics in Power BI partner, etc. So we kind of have the MCTs, and I'm kind of myself and my other MCTs are teaching these courses for these other providers. That's who they come to, is experts like us that have the competencies and knowledge. But we teach it for $12.95 normally. Because of COVID, I kind of took a £400 reduction on that, so about 40% reduction on that, and we took it down to $8.95. But you know what? We realised that also that still is a bit of a challenge. People are still really struggling financially out there, so we cut it in half. We've given you a 50% discount on 10 seats that are remaining in the October delivery, 19th to 22nd October. So if you want to get to that, it will be the student. Now the link is in the description below for the tickets. You come in, you click on the student ticket, and we've got 10 seats remaining. Click on one or however many you need, click next, and you apply the code TRAIN. So I've got that in the description below as well. Apply that and you see that the price goes in half. So we applied a 50% discount to that. Fill in the details. If you need an invoice or anything, let us know. You can pay online as well. It's through Ticket Tailor. And sign up. Once those 10 tickets are gone, we will not be able to add any more to that specific delivery, because we're keeping this class of the size down to a 15 student size, which means that as an instructor, I've got enough time to spend with my students for questions and going lots of demos. And it's tempting to go a little bit larger, but we realize that 15, kind of having done quite a few of these, that's a good kind of medium point for the number of students and the instructor. The kind of ratio is 15:1 is a really good ratio we found for that. So sign up. Next year, we will be running a bunch more of the courses, but they will be at the $12.95 price. So this is going to be £800 odd, a bit more, off that price. It's about a third of our full stream price, which is about 50% of the other prices. So you're not going to get a deal like this elsewhere. And to give you an idea, the DA100, I was involved in some of the scoping of the actual content in terms of what was actually, not the content itself, but what was going to be included inside of this. I was brought in as an external kind of Power BI person to help shape what was going to be in and out. And also I've looked at some of the questions in the exam and helped with sessions around that as well. So I know what I'm doing. I teach Power BI. I'm a consultant. We do consultancy and Power BI deliveries every day of the week from my company. So look forward to seeing you at the course maybe. Otherwise, stick around for the episodes of DA100 that I'm going to be putting on the YouTube channel. So in time, over a 4-month period, I'm kind of rolling out a little bit of detail. Now, it won't be as depth as the 4-day course. Naturally, we keep a little bit back, and also there's some reasons why we can't just kind of put all the same content that we deliver as a course out onto YouTube. So we're kind of giving you some style of information, helping you with the Microsoft Learn and other resources. But there will be a free dashboard in a day. So let me repeat that. A free dashboard in the day, which is the Microsoft Workshop. I've delivered many times and up to 80 students at a time for that one. So it's aka.ms/DAED. There is a link in the description below, and that is a full workshop that has 5 labs. You walk through that. Now, when we've done this in class, we've had me and maybe one of my other team with me, and we've kind of helped students as they navigate through those labs. When I'm doing online, I'm capping it to 50 students, so I can help each one as they maybe encounter some problems. There's a bit of presentation and the labs to go through. It will be free. I think I've got the date locked in. I'm just checking on one more thing kind of before I kind of put that out there, and then I'll let you know how you can sign up for that as well. So it will be, go and fill your details in, get your seat allocated, come along and have an awesome day. And that's the Power BI dashboard in a day. DIAD, because we can't do them in the offices like we've been doing. So it's kind of, this is what we did when we were in the offices. We had 60-80 students in the classroom, and we were doing that. But we're kind of trying to provide that same experience again, but as a virtual delivery for you. Okay, let's go just check time. Cool. And just go back to some of the other two. So all of the Microsoft Learn materials, the modules, etc., you can track your progress through them. But also you might want to say, well, what's my starting point? What should I focus on? what's the best thing? So if I look at Pluralsight, Pluralsight that is, and go to Pluralsight.role IQ. Again, I have a link below. So it's app.pluralsight.com role IQ. And in here, that link we're going to use, we're going to go down to the BI Data Analyst. There's also some savings currently going on. BI Data Analyst, Microsoft Self-Service, Role IQ. Now, in there, one of those items that we go down is the Microsoft Power BI for Analyst kind of test. So go and take that test. It's about 20-25 questions. It'll take you, 25-30 minutes or less to do, depends how quick you are and stuff. You'll then get a scoring on what your strengths and weaknesses are in terms of this category. And it will also help you with some personalized content. Now, I think there's some free training available kind of right now, and you also have the ability to come back later on, like a month later, and recheck your test and see how you're going to get on. If you start scoring in the kind of high proficiency, cursor, come back, please. I really don't know what happens to my cursor. It just disappears off on Windows by itself. I need to keep control of it. Proficient, high, or lower expert level. So for something 180 and above, I would say you'll probably like to be in with a good, reasonable chance of a bit of a hearing. I've got a hearing issue with my right ear, in that I'm deaf there. I get an infection and I can feel kind of it causing me a little bit of problems. So I'm going to go and tackle that and see what happens if I can kind of get some meds in there, etc. So I will see you very soon in the next video. So don't forget to, let me go get the cursor all the way over, and don't forget to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you like what you see. Put some comments in the videos if you really want to get any questions answered. Follow us on Twitter, etc. And we'll see you very soon in the next video. And with that, take care, be safe, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow for the 28th live stream. We're getting close to having them all done in August, so we'll see you soon. Bye for now.